5 is learning of several tornadoes that touched down in and around our viewing area today. Here's video captured by storm chaser Danny McNair in the area between Kingston and Hamilton, Missouri, showing what appears to be a funnel cloud coming close or touching down. Thankfully, at this point, we are not hearing of any reports of injuries. And then take a look at this video. This was captured in Mirabile, Missouri. Our viewer, Teresa Lee, sent this in to us. You can see that funnel clearly appearing to swirl right over her area, her neighborhood there, kicking up debris on the other side of that tree line. And this video from Edwin Sexton shows a funnel cloud near the area of PURDIN, Missouri, in Lynn County. It's another area where we've been hearing reports of damage, and we have a team on the ground there gathering information for you tonight. We want to thank you for joining us here for our late edition of KCTV 5 News at 10. I'm Carolyn Long, in for Greg Payne, who is out in the field tonight, along with the rest of our KCTV 5 storm coverage team, including Abby Dodge and our Storm Track 5 meteorologists, Gary Amble and Alina Lee as well. Now let's begin here with Gary. Gary, this was kind of almost like a marathon weather event today, just seemed to kind of go on and on. Can you talk about what type of storms we were in for earlier today?
Well, these were mostly storms that were hugging a warm front north of Kansas City. Basically, it was along and generally north of U.S. Highway 36, and then a cold front storm that spawned a tornado near Sedalia. You can see the center of rotation here is now over northeast Missouri. Still a very active storm situation, especially from areas just east of St. Louis all the way down into southeast Missouri. But this is the storm history of those reports. As many as 5 confirmed, and that means eyeballs on the tornado. Starting out in Troy, Kansas, just west of St. Joe, on the Kansas side of the state line. That was a tornado with debris. Then that storm moved over towards Mirabile, Missouri, where roof damage was noted from that particular storm. That same cell moved up towards Linneus, Missouri. The fire department reporting that storm, and New Boston had a storm chaser report seeing that tornado as well. The one along the cold front, that was near the airport near Sedalia. Brief circulation with debris in that one as well. Thankfully, there were no large tornadoes, but again, we had plenty, and this late in the season, sometimes that's interesting as well. Alina.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we typically can get a second severe weather season in the Midwest, so it's not too unusual to see tornadoes this late in the year. In fact, on average, Kansas sees around 3 tornadoes and Missouri around 2. In fact, Texas wins the number of tornadoes on average, and this is a report coming in from the Storm Prediction Center dating back from 1989 to 2013. I also checked with the National Weather Service in Pleasant Hill for our local office here, and they said that the last October tornado for our viewing area, or our area in general that they cover, was actually back on October 8th and 9th of 2018. So that was just a couple of years ago, where 5 tornadoes were reported. And then you'd have to go back to 2007. That was when we saw another tornado in our area as well. So again, Carolyn, just to put it in perspective, not unusual, but certainly saw a lot of tornadoes out there for this time of year, especially in Missouri.
Well, it's definitely unwelcomed. Thank you, Alina. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the Evergy outage map. At one point today, when those storms were at their strongest, we saw more than 3,000 customers without power. Well, now we're down to 370 people in the dark, and Evergy crews are sure hustling still to get those people still back on the grid tonight. Now, with images like these, it's no wonder so many lost power. These are pictures shared by the Caldwell County Sheriff's Office, who say that anyone in need of help is encouraged to reach out to them. There's also plenty of cleanup going on in Sedalia. Our mobile storm tracker was there when the storms moved through. We spotted tree branches down really all over the place, plus a house, a roof, a car, and deck all damaged. But neighbors came out to help get things cleaned up pretty quickly.
We got a lot of good friends and family. The Pettis County Sheriff is here. Everybody came out and helped us all really fast, so it was awesome. I just can't believe how fast it got cleaned up. So we thank everybody so much. That's what friends and family are for.
That's Holly. She says, got scary for a few seconds there, but everyone inside the house is okay. Now, over in the town of PURDIN, Missouri, a tornado is believed to have left one business in absolute shambles. KCTV 5's Abby Dodge went for a first-hand look.
We're in PURDIN, Missouri. It's a small town in north central Missouri, and the damage here from today's tornado is also very concentrated. This is the biggest piece of debris that we were able to find. It's a trailer home or a mobile home, but it's not someone's house. It's actually been converted into an office, so thankfully there is not anyone without a home tonight. There is tons of debris everywhere lining the streets and across the road. You can see where the wind just blew pieces of debris, and they've gotten caught up in those tree limbs. But this trailer home actually was sitting on a concrete slab. You can see where it used to be compared to where it is now. Now, this is the office for UPG. That is a propane gas company. When you think of gas, that is not a very positive thing to hear when you're talking about tornadoes. They actually were able to get MFA out here to shut off those gas tanks, so there is not a concern for safety over that tonight. Now, we saw some linemen as we were coming into this town earlier today. They got in about the same time that we did. They're working through the night to see who has power, who doesn't, and what they need to do as soon as the sun comes up tomorrow. In PURDIN, Abby Dodge, KCTV5 News.
Just a wild scene there. Abby, thank you for that. And you can see many of these pictures and videos from today's storm coverage. Right now, we've shared those stories and slideshows on KCTV5's homepage. And we thank all of you who already sent in your pictures from the storms this afternoon. And there's still time. We'd still love to see what happened in your neighborhood. You can tag KCTV5 News in your posts on Twitter, Facebook, or you can email those pictures to us at newsdesk@kctv5.com.